This past week, I taught about one of the prophecies about Jesus' coming, his first coming, from Isaiah chapter 9. It actually talks about Jesus coming as a baby. It was given to King Ahaz like 700 years before Jesus was born. It was almost like God was saying to King Ahaz, hey, I'm going to take care of you, but you're going to have to trust me and wait on me. Well, King Ahaz didn't want to trust God, and he didn't want to wait on God, and so what does he do? He takes matters in his own hands, and it leads to his demise and the destruction of the nation of Israel, because he was unwilling to wait. Now, if we're true and honest, most of us don't like to wait. We just don't. We hate to wait. In fact, one of the things that I hated about Christmas growing up as a kid is that you had to wait for it. It's almost like, December drug on forever. And we, as a family, we had this little Advent calendar. It was actually an Advent barn that had these 25 doors, and you'd open up the little doors, and behind it, it would share this little tidbit about the Christmas story. But for me, I hated that thing because every time I opened a door, it was just a reminder that Christmas wasn't here yet. I hated to wait for Christmas. And what's amazing in our society, we just make it all the worse. Because, the malls start putting up Christmas decorations, I think, right after 4th of July weekend. Why? And we just hate to wait, and yet part of the Christmas tradition is waiting. In fact, we even have a phrase in the South to talk about how slow it is. Why, that's as slow as Christmas. Why? Because we hate to wait. Listen, part of Christmas is waiting. Why? Because just like in the Old Testament, the people of God had to wait on God for Christ to come the first time. Well, today, the people of God have to wait on God for Christ to come again. Jesus dealt with sin the first time. He's going to deal with suffering the second time. But we have to wait. We can't take matters in our own hands. We have to wait. That's the tradition of Christmas. It requires waiting. And so remember, God's faithful. Don't take matters in your own hands. He will fulfill His promises, but you have to wait.